everyone, Tom here. Welcome back to another Drive With Me video. The camera seems a little bit wonky today. I'm not really sure why it's wonky, but it kind of is. Today we're going to be talking about my next car. Now, I did a video exactly like this about like last year or the year before sometime. And the reason why I did that a year before is because I'd actually looked at a new car that day, and it was a Mitsubishi ASX-3. It was petrol, and it was the exact spec that I would get the car in. Apparently my headlights aren't very bright. They are on. Hopefully I can get through these lights because I'm going too quick to stop. Interesting scenario there. I mean, that would have been a little bit more risky if the lorry had pulled out and I'd just gone sort of straight into it. You can see my lights now. Like I said, before that lorry interrupted me by almost pulling in across me. About a year ago, I went to see that Mitsubishi ASX-3, and at the time I was still at college, and I was looking for a job, like a better job than I already had while I was at college, because I didn't actually have a job while I was at college, so I was actually working at the same time. I wanted a better job so I could buy this car, so this Mitsubishi ASX, and I think it's like a medium-sized sort of SUV car. It's an SUV car. So it's much bigger than this car that I have right now, which is a Corsa, which is a tiny little hatchback. And since I still want one of those, I still would like a Mitsubishi ASX-3 because they are very nice cars. But as I've sort of gotten older and I've realised that it's a lot of money to spend on something that I don't need, I've been looking at cars like the Ford Fiesta, the new Corsas, and even Suzuki Swifts. I think the thing with me is about having a new car. I do need to actually get a job for a start, so I can actually, for a start, buy the car or finance the car, and then I need to work out how to pay the insurance and stuff. The fuel is sort of something that hasn't really bothered me with this car currently, because it's just a case of you just fill it up when it needs fuel. But the point is that I'm going to go into what I want my next car to be in a little bit, but I think the point for me now is I need a car that isn't very expensive to run, so the fuel is very cheap, but the car also needs to be not very expensive but still be practical and usable and stuff like this. Now I'm going to go into cars that I would like. Now Vauxhall have announced and released there appears to be a puddle there. They have released an all-electric Corsa. Now I've looked at it, I haven't driven it, but I've looked at it and it does look very nice. The light is green. Why is everyone braking? I had to brake quite heavily then. Not kidding, the light is green. Now it's red, but people still went around it. I don't even know it's red. I'm so confused. Anyway, so I was looking at electric cars and all that kind of stuff, like the electric Vauxhall Corsa, the electric, is there an electric Ford? I'm pretty sure they've released an electric car. And I've also been looking at the Nissan Leaf. I don't really know why I've been looking at Teslas, but obviously I'm not going to buy a Tesla. That's not going to happen anytime soon. I think the point is that I like the idea of having an electric car so much that I would just straight up get one if I could. But the point is that I can't just get one. And the other thing is, like, I could quite easily buy a Corsa or something like that, the electric one. Well, not really, not easily, but like sort of get one monthly. pay it off. But the other problem with that is that, you know, is it actually going to be very reliable and all that kind of stuff, due to Corsa and Vauxhall, you know, not being as reliable as other companies. Now, I've also looked into the new Ford Fiestas and the new Ford Focus. I do really like the look of those. I'd get the 5-door. My next car will be a 5-door, unless I get something else that's better as a 3-door than it is a 5-door. But I've noticed that having 3 doors is not very practical, like at all. And although I like the look of it and I like driving around the 3-door car because it looks nice, or more sporty, I should say, the practicality of it is not very good at all, and I kind of want something that's more practical. So I've been looking at the 4-door Vauxhall Corsa, the new one, and the Ford Fiesta, the 5-door one. Funnily enough, talking about electric cars again, I actually looked at a Mitsubishi Outlander PHEV, one of the old ones, like 2014 kind of area, and I am really wanting one of those for some reason recently, because they're practical, the big boot, 5 doors. My dad has actually had one, so I know what they are like. I don't know what they drive like, but I know what they're like to be in. They are plug-in hybrid electric vehicle, which means the government will pay some of the money towards the vehicle itself due to it being an electric vehicle, and all that kind of stuff. You know, and the car itself is very nice to look at. It's very aesthetically pleasing. My mum and dad have both had them. They have no complaints. So I should probably say my dad does work at Mitsubishi, if you guys haven't watched a video before, so he just gets them through company. So he's owned some of them, and he's liked every single one. You know, my uncle has one and he has got no complaints, he loves it. So I've been looking at one of them, and I kind of want to get a hybrid sort of thing, so I can park near where I live, the nearest Tesco to where I live. I think they've done it to every Tesco, the majority of Tesco's in the UK now, is there's a little electric hookup thing, and there's no one ever parked there. So if I got an Outlander PHEV, which is a plug-in hybrid electric vehicle, which means it's electric, I can plug it into an electric hookup for like 15 minutes or something, and it charges my car, it will charge my car up while I'm at the Tesco, and I can also park closer to the shop, which is sort of like a win-win sort of benefit. The other thing is, I think the most important thing about this possible new car is I need to be able to afford it in the first place, if you know what I mean. So I need to be able to actually buy the thing, or be able to finance the car. And the other thing is, it needs to be reliable, safe, very good, not for the environment. Well, it needs to be good for the environment, but I want it to be cheap to run, cheap to buy parts for if they go wrong. The car needs to be relatively cheap in the first place. I'm basically just listing things that literally are really difficult to find in the car, but you know, it is what it is. There's a little wrinkle right down the side of this road. But if I'm honest with you, since I've got this car fixed, from what it had wrong with it, had a cam chain issue. This car, you know, I have no reason to get rid of it or sell it or scrap it or anything. So I don't really see the point of me getting a new car. The only reasons why I'd get this new car is for air conditioning and sat nav and better systems in this middle bit section out here, which I actually like to stuff like that. And I also want a new car because I'm not bored of this car. It's just the reliability of this car since the last 2 years have not been great. Granted, it's never ever had a service in its life, and it's 10 years old. It's almost 11 years old. Actually, no, it's 10 years old. It's 10 and a half years old, something like that. You know, and it never had a service until I bought it 2 years ago, and I didn't service it for a year. And then I serviced it, and the amount of stuff that was wrong with this car was insane. Just because someone hadn't serviced it for the whole of its life. Like the car didn't even come with a service book because the guy had never serviced it. It never even picked up the service book. It had to have a different service book in, you know. And that's why I'd get rid of this car. So, for the end of the video, for the moment you've all been waiting for, what car do I want to buy next? And the answer to the question is a 5-door, 1.4 litre turbo or 1.6 litre turbo Ford Fiesta, either an ST line or an ST. Now I don't know if I'm actually going to be able to buy an ST or be insured on an ST at the age of 19. Having 2 years of driving experience, obviously it's 2 years in April, so that's all the time I'm looking to actually get a new car, stuff like that. So, you know, it's going to be something that's challenging for me to really work towards getting at the moment, but I kind of do. I keep looking at them. I keep thinking, yeah, they look really nice. They look really nice. They look really nice. They have all the Apple CarPlay and everything you need, and that kind of stuff. So yeah, that's the car I'd get next. A Ford Fiesta 1.4 or 1.6 litre turbo. It'd be an ST line or an ST itself. But anyway, I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. If you did, please do consider leaving a like, commenting, like the video, subscribe to the video if you guys want to see more. I have noticed that people are watching the videos, but they do not subscribe. So I hope you guys have enjoyed. I hope you guys join me next time. Write down in the comments what you guys want your next car or first car to be, if you could have another car or have a car itself. Hope you guys enjoy. I hope you guys next time.
Look, see, I remember when I met you as a sophomore. Started out as friends, but I knew that we would want more. Hit your favorite restaurant with your favorite dress on. That's one of my favorite memories.